Hey everyone, welcome back to Pro Blog Shop. In this blog post, we'll be introducing the new release of the FCKEditor, version 3.3, and there are a couple of things that I particularly like about this new edition that I'd like to highlight for you, and then we'll take a look at how to install and set up the new release here. Now, the first thing that I like to point out is that in the old version, the first complaint that we had, and the most popular one that we had, is that it's too complicated and that there are too many features to choose from, and people just didn't want to fool with it or use it at all. So in this next release, or this latest release, it has this section right here that lets you customize which features you'd like to include. So for example, I like to use this setup right here. And you can customize any way you want to, of course, but I like this. It's got everything I need, and I recommend you guys install this particular setup as well, which is what we're going to be doing a little bit later. So that's the first thing that I like about it. The second thing that I like about it is that a lot of people were used to using this built-in image manager from WordPress in the old version, and when you go to insert a image in the older version, it wouldn't do it. It just sits there and hovers for a little bit like this, because it just wasn't connected right. It wasn't set up right to do this. But in this latest version, these now connect. You can go ahead and use this to insert images, as I'll show you right here. It acts the same way. Just browse to whatever image you want, select it, insert into the post. So that's a cool thing, and it will solve a lot of people's problems, or at least habits. Now the editor does have it, of course, the built-in image manager, just like the last release, but that's the second thing I like about it. And then third, I have modified this a little bit, but they have this thing called a template. You can click that button, it brings up templates. And I have added several. You can just kind of click and you can see it inserts a layout. And you can just modify it and go with it. But the formatting is already done, so I like that this capability is there now. I would like to point out that if you wanted to use these particular templates that you just saw, you have to download the editor from this web page. You can't go to WordPress.org, and you can't go to the FCKEditor's main web page to download it, because they don't have the extra templates in there. But nonetheless, that feature is available. Now before we move on, I do want to let you know that there is a bug in this, and it's not actually a bug in the FCKEditor per se, because every other browser works just fine, but in Internet Explorer, not during the visual view. This is the visual view of Internet Explorer. You can see that I can highlight things just fine. But if you're in the HTML view, the source view, and you want to highlight something, it'll jump right back to the top. You can see, I'm going to scroll down, try to select something, up, right back to the top. So that is a bug, and it's just in Internet Explorer, so I would recommend downloading like Firefox or Safari. They're free. They just take a second to download, and using those to do your editing. But nonetheless, now that we see kind of the three big features that I like about this upgrade, let's go ahead and take a look at how to install it and get it set up on your website. The first thing we want to do is download the updated plugin version. So down below you will see some instructions, and it says click here to download the latest version. You're going to click there and hit Save As, and then when that's done downloading, I also would like you to download the embedded plugin. And this plugin is just a very simple plugin that allows you to embed HTML and switch back and forth between the visual view and the HTML view without getting things mixed up. So I would highly recommend that. Go ahead and click there to download. And then the next step is to deactivate your current plugin. So log into your administration area and go to your plugins. Locate the FCKEditor and click deactivate. Then I want you to scroll back down, and after it's deactivated you'll see an option to delete it. Go ahead and delete this entirely. It's going to ask you to confirm. Click yes, delete these files, and then go back to your plugins page here and click add new, and then click upload, and then you're going to browse to those files that you just downloaded. Here's the FCKEditor. We'll go ahead and install that. And then click Activate Plugin. And then you want to do the same thing with the Embedded plugin. So go to Add New. You're going to go to Upload, Browse, click the Embedded zip file, Install Now, and activate the plugin. So that's the first step. That will at least get the FCKEditor installed. And now we need to customize these settings. Under your settings options, click the FCKEditor. And you don't need to change much. I would just recommend changing maybe the editor height by default. You might want to make it just a little bit bigger. I like to do 350, 400, somewhere around there. And then this is the standard toolbar that it comes with. It has all the options. But again, I like to slim that down to just include the options that I want. So if you would like this similar toolbar, and I recommend you do, you'll see this little yellow section. If you'll copy this right here, you can right click and hit copy, or you can hit Control C, go back to your settings, select all this, Control A, and then paste the new settings in there. Control V will paste it, or right click and paste, and then hit Update Options. And then just verify, maybe go to Post, Add New, and then just verify that the toolbar is working. So there is one more thing that we need to do, are these directions here. After we customize it, we need to make sure that our media library is still pointing to the right spot. So back under your settings, if you're running the latest version of WordPress, this is WordPress 3, it's going to be under Media. Otherwise, there'll be a link called Miscellaneous. But you'll go into Media, and it's going to ask you, store uploads in this folder. You can see that the default is WP content /uploads. It should be uploads /image, just like this. So you want to make sure that your screen looks just like this, and make sure that this button is not checked. You don't want to do that. So click Save Changes if you have to change it, and you are ready to go. Everything is set up, and you can now use your FCKEditor, your editor. So if you have any questions, please post them below, or some comments, post them below. Be happy to answer those. Subscribe to the blog if you haven't done so already, or connect with us on Facebook or any of the social media sites that you're familiar with. And we will catch you next time. Thanks.